Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. It's Saturday morning, about 10:30. We've been out setting up. We got rained out yesterday, as I noted, and today I've got a little bit of help with me. Got my son Mark. He's right there. He's excited to see how this planer works. My daughter is over there. She is. She can wave up on top of the pile there. She's piling brick. We're trying to get all of the washed brick now over in their more permanent home until we need them. And so we're working away at dropping this pile and planing lumber. And so as I was unstacking my lumber, I realized that I actually had some really nice white oak boards in there. I knew there was some hardwood, but actually took it out and salvaged it and took it over and stacked it in a pile behind that big stack there. So anytime I find nice hardwood boards, I'm going to save them and use them for interior finish work and cabinetry. Now, this was my yesterday's project. What I did, I got rained out. I only had maybe 2.5, 3 hours of planing, but you can see I've got a fairly good stack of mostly 8-foot stuff. I've got a few 6s there on top, but that doesn't take long once you start running the boards through. The planer feeds really fast. My plan is to, as I use this wood, like I said, some of this would be classified as seconds because of the damage to it, but I'd only planned on using it for boarding in. But some of those boards are actually clear, and so I'm going to set them aside, run them through the plane again when the time comes, and let them set for another year or so, and take them on down to 3/4 of an inch and use them for trim. Hopefully on the inside I can use them for baseboards or trim around doors and stuff because of the design I want to use. And so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I will show you a little bit more of the planing here in a bit. I see my battery is needing charge, so I will plug that in as well. And so we'll pick this up a little bit later in the morning. Well, it's coming up on 3 o'clock, and so I thought I will do a little bit more video in here of the planer in action. I'll show you what we have got done since this morning. Our pile is now about almost 2 or 3 times what it was this morning, and that far pile over there is now getting down. I'm hoping to get this done by the end of the day, so I'm going to get this thing cranked up so you can see it in action again and do some more planing. Okay, as you can see, I mean, this is a little rough on that end, but this is poplar. That'll work perfectly fine for trim if I wanted to use it for that, or I could possibly use it for just sheathing, outside sheathing, but I had quite a bit of poplar. So I'll finish up the video in a bit. I'm going to shut it down because I know it's a little loud and a little monotonous. We'll see you in a bit. Alright, well, it's the end of the day. I've got my planing finally done on that pile of 8-foot boards, and this is what I got. I've actually got 32 lifts here. Now obviously they're all random size, but they're 8. Most of them are 8'6", 8'6", and there's a few 6s in there. But I figure with 32, just go rounded back to about, with all the waste, probably about 28 sheets, equivalent of 28 sheets of plywood. So you can do the math with the price of plywood today. The planer is doing a wonderful job. It's very smooth. I even had some old wormy oak here that was off a dead tree. I planed some of that out. I'll use it up for sheathing. Now some of the other stuff before I sign off. Had my daughter and son pick up all of the stickers. I'm going to actually, when I dip my lumber, because I'm going to dip everything over there, all my stuff, I'll restack it with stickers. Hopefully I'll use it within just a few weeks once I do that. But this stuff will be all dried out, and because some of it was down in the dirt and was trying to keep it from getting bugs in it. And so we'll dip all of that and use that. Now one other thing. This is all the brick are now over here and stacked. My daughter got that all done. That's approximately 1,400 brick. And I even added a bunch of stuff here to my oak pile. I've got oak, white oak. Most of this is red oak. The lower stuff here is red oak. But I've got some white oak and I've got some maple in there. That was stuff that I had originally planned on using for sheathing. That was in that board pile, the 8-foot board pile. And so I salvaged probably the equivalent of about 100 board feet. So I'm going to use that for some other things. No use in putting it on, using it for sheathing when it's hardwood, the price of hardwood. So I'll come back over here and then sign off. As you can see, over there, that's all that's left is where I was loading my stuff, so it's ready to start again. Monday, it's the 2x4. That's the stuff for the outbuilding, so I'll be running those through. So we'll get those started. So we had a good day here. Tripped myself. We've had a good day here. Got a lot done. I'm feeling a lot better. Got a little bit of stiffness, but feeling a lot better. So I'm just going to clean up a bit of sawdust here, and I'm going to go home and call it a week. As always, thank you for joining me and, you know, kind of sticking around. I know it's been a long haul, but I really appreciate it. And if you'd like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that too. We'll see you next time.